Michael Jackson had 9 siblings, 9 brothers and sisters who grew up in the same small house in Gary, Indiana, under the same roof, shaped by the same parents, driven by the same music. Together, they became one of the most extraordinary families the world of entertainment has ever known. The first was Maureen Rebbie, born in 1950. Years later, in 1984, she released Centipede, produced by her youngest famous brother, and reminded the world that talent in this family was not reserved for one. It was in the water. Jackie came next in 1951, then Tito in 1953, then Jermaine in 1954. In 1956, Toya was born, sharp, beautiful, and destined for a life lived entirely in public. Then, 1957 brought twins, Marlon and Brandon. Brandon did not survive infancy, and his absence left a quiet grief in the family that never fully lifted. Marlon carried on, a dancer, a singer, a brother, and became one of the founding pillars of what was coming. What was coming was Michael. Born in 1958, he was the 8th child, and from the very first moment he stood in front of an audience, something was unmistakably different. His voice at age 5 could silence a room. His instinct for performance seemed less like something learned and more like something he had simply arrived with. He became the lead vocalist of the Jackson 5, and the group, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon, and Michael, signed to Motown in 1969 and became one of the best-selling acts of their era. But Michael was never going to stay contained within a group. Off the wall, thriller, bad, dangerous, one album after another that did not just sell. They redefined what popular music could be. He danced in ways no one had seen. He performed with a precision and an electricity that made audiences feel like they were witnessing something that would never come again. 1 billion records, a moonwalk that burned itself into the collective memory of the entire world. He was also, underneath all of it, a man shaped by a childhood that was anything but ordinary, thrust into fame before he had the chance to be a child, carrying the expectations of a family, an industry, and eventually a planet. The brilliance and the pain were never far apart. Michael Jackson died on June 25, 2009. He was 50 years old. The world stopped for a moment that day, in a way it rarely does. Randy, born Stephen in 1961, stepped into the story when it needed him. When Jermaine chose to remain at Motown as the group moved to Epic Records, Randy took his place. The Jackson 5 became the Jacksons, and Randy helped hold the music together through the transition. And then there was Janet, the youngest. Born in 1966, the 10th child, the last of the 10. She grew up watching everything: the tours, the cameras, the chaos, the glory. 5 brothers who became the Jackson 5. 2 sisters who became stars in their own right. A youngest daughter who became a legend. And Michael, somewhere between all of them and beyond all of them, who became something the music world had never quite seen before.